The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town. Locals whispered stories about it, tales of things best left undisturbed. My grandfather, a man who rarely spoke of the past, kept a worn leather journal locked away. It was filled with cryptic entries about the bracelets of the ancients, objects of immense power and unspeakable dread. He passed away a few months ago, and now, the journal, along with several odd artifacts, are mine. The most intriguing piece was a bracelet, crafted from a dark, obsidian-like material, intricately carved with symbols that seemed to shift in the dim light. According to the journal, these bracelets were not mere adornments, they were keys. The journal spoke of a time before history, when beings of immense power walked the earth. The bracelets, forged by these ancient entities, were said to hold fragments of their power, but with that power came a price. The journal warned of the bracelet's influence, its ability to subtly warp the wearer's perception, to draw them into a dark realm. I hesitated. The air in the house grew cold as I held the bracelet. A sense of unease settled over me. Curiosity, however, is a dangerous thing. I slipped the bracelet onto my wrist. It fit perfectly, cool and smooth against my skin. At first, nothing happened. Then, the world began to change, subtly. Colors seemed richer, sounds sharper. I felt a pull, a longing I couldn't explain. The journal had warned of this. The bracelet was drawing me in. Days turned into weeks. The journal's entries became more frantic, detailing the slow corruption of its author. He wrote of strange visions, of shadows that moved at the periphery of his vision, of whispers in the night. I found myself experiencing similar things. The house itself seemed to change, hallways lengthening, shadows deepening. I started seeing things, fleeting glimpses of figures just beyond the edge of my sight. The bracelet, I realized, wasn't just influencing my perception, it was changing reality around me. It was drawing me into something else, something terrifying. Sleep became a torment. I was haunted by dreams of a dark, twisted landscape, filled with impossible geometries and unsettling figures. One night, I woke to a cold hand on my shoulder. I sat bolt upright, heart pounding, but there was no one there. Only the oppressive darkness, the feeling of being watched. Then I saw it, in the mirror my reflection, but not quite. The eyes were different, darker, filled with a hunger that wasn't my own. The bracelet on my wrist pulsed with a faint, malevolent light. The journal's final entry was a single, desperate sentence: "They're already here." The next morning, I woke up, the journal opened to that final entry, but the words weren't the same. They had been overwritten, the ink seeming to bleed across the page, forming a new message: "Welcome home." I looked down at the bracelet. It gleamed in the morning light, and I knew the house wasn't on the hill anymore. I wasn't in my home. I was in theirs, and I had been all along.